Oh, God, I've been waiting to do this for years. It's been really satisfying. And touch wood, it seems to be going well. The fruits of it are all starting to come to play now. We've made a couple of small acquisitions that have been quite good. So buying in individuals with books of business and the right type of person coming in that brings their books, so obviously that's immediate revenue, but also then is able to grow as well. So that will assist us in growth. But really, organic growth is prime, and that's what we're putting loads of our focus on. And it takes a long time to pick up an insurance client. You know, we do a lot of property and construction. So if it's a contractor, they'll turn over somewhere between 5 and 80 million, 5 and 100 million, something like that. Or if it's a consultant, you know, like a architect or something like that, they're usually between 500,000 and 10 million, that kind of size. Like, the important thing is to be out there meeting people. When you're a company of our size, if you haven't got a brand to speak of, no one's phoning up going, oh, Ross Gower, you know, we need to be part of it. Not like if you work for Marsh or Willis or something like that. So we have to be out there meeting people. And they're different skills, but the broking side of it, we do well because we're based in the city, which is a really important thing for us. So it means that we've got that direct access to underwriters. So as well as developing relationships with our clients, we're developing those relationships with the underwriters in the market. So they trust us and like us and want to deal with us as well. Having that relationship with your clients means you can have good relationships with the underwriters because you understand the client. And when you go to the underwriter, you go, well, look, this is how these guys operate, and da-da-da. They think, well, actually, yeah, I've got more confidence in providing terms on this risk. So it all kind of interlinks. We're not just property and construction, it's probably about 70% of the business, but it's what I've personally kind of carved out a niche in. So once you're in that world, I think then you get to meet more people, and you meet more people. You know, I'm co-hosting a drinks thing in the city, and we've got about 30 or 40 people there, most of whom I know already, but there's lots of, you know, there's property funds, there's contractors, there's architects, there's engineers, there's all sorts there, and we'll kind of facilitate introductions between them as well. One of the reasons that people generally come across is expertise. So we try and do the more complicated stuff better. So especially in the construction market at the moment, there's been lots of stuff going on about fire safety and building regulations and things like that. So we're very much at the forefront of what's going on. There are lots of seminars about the new Building Safety Act and all this kind of stuff. So when you go and you sit in front of clients or potential clients and you talk about this stuff and you go, well, actually, what are you thinking about that? They think, well, actually, there's someone that understands my business. And once they understand that you understand their business, then when you're providing advice about how they need to protect themselves, then they can trust that advice. And that goes a long way. From my perspective, I think it blindsided the insurance market massively. I don't think anyone of us realised they were nailing them up to the side of concrete floor blocks of flats. As far as we were concerned, if it's concrete floor block of flats, it doesn't burn down. And then one burnt down, and we all went, shit, what do we do? But the real estate market, it was quite easy to shift and go, right, we're not covering this stuff anymore. Suddenly everyone was talking about cladding, and none of us knew what it was. And it's super complicated stuff, right? There's loads of different types of cladding, all the different ways it can be installed, and often it's the way that it's installed rather than actually what it is that caused the issue. And so everyone's on a very steep learning curve in the insurance market, realising what's going on. Now, the easiest thing to do, rather than learn about it, is just to go, actually, we're not doing it. Has it got cladding? Or if it has got cladding and we've insured it for years with our moral obligation, okay, we're going to jack up the premium like 50 times over because it's supply and demand, right? But actually, I thought the biggest impact was on the professional indemnity market. So professional indemnity is where they ensure the professional negligence of all those parties that put this stuff up, right? So you can imagine you have contractors on design and construct professional indemnity policies, QSs and people like that might specify it, or the architects that specify it. So all these people could potentially be liable. It's not the actual individual claim itself, it's all the remedial works, the millions upon billions of pounds that needs to be spent on remedial works, and everyone in the insurance market's like, whoa, hang on, we haven't priced this, we don't want to be on the hook for this billions of pounds of claims. That's going to send us over the edge because you price things competitively and no one knew about it. But the problem that we had was that we had clients that were surveyors that were seeking to address the situation and go, well, actually, let's have a look at this stuff and see what we can do about it and remediate the problem. But they couldn't get insurance for it, and they still struggle to get insurance for it. We can now, but still not easy. So no one could fix the problem because no one could get insurance to assess the problem, to even understand what needs to be done to fix it, let alone do the remedial works. Just when you need to be in the city and negotiate all that stuff, COVID came along and closed the city down. It's easy to say no to stuff when you haven't got to talk to someone. What you need to do when you're broking risks is make it easy for people to say what you want them to say. Firstly, yes, and then get a couple of them saying yes, and then you can kind of get a bit of competition in the market, you know. So to do that, you need to understand it so you can assure them that actually what they're covering is managed. If you don't understand the risk, how are you going to explain it to the underwriter? That's basically what it comes down to. Technologies within building materials is moving on all the time, and I think it's easy for insurers to just go, no, we just want to insure traditional type construction methods because that's what we know. I was at the London Build Expo last week and I was in a talk, and there was a guy there from the Fire Protection Association, and they also run this thing unbeknownst to me called Risk Authority, which basically they're commissioned by the insurance market, sit there to do technical reports about different construction methods and materials. So for me, that's amazing. So I've made a beeline for this guy, and we've got a meeting booked in the next week or two. So I'm interested in the process, and I need to understand this. So once I understand that, then I can go potentially, when I'm talking to people that are trying to do structural timber works, like large-scale structural timber works, and they're saying insurance is a bit of a stoppage, I've suddenly got the contact I can speak to and go, well, look, actually, what are you guys doing about this? Oh, we did the report and did the assessment. Okay, well, where's that assessment gone? Oh, it's gone out to the insurers. But has that been filtered down to the underwriter? So I can start beavering away to basically unlock things. But I've got engineers on one side telling me that actually this stuff's, you know, less flammable than steel, but we still can't get it insured. But I think a lack of knowledge and lack of understanding of it is actually inhibiting it from being covered, not actually because it shouldn't be covered. So it's understanding the risk properly, so then we can broke it. Right, so I've built up a lot of insurance knowledge, now it's just working on my construction knowledge, because you have to know that to then do the insurance job. And there's always work out there. The barrier is that they're using brokers already, and a lot of the time those brokers are very good and they shouldn't move it. You know, I have it a few times where I speak to someone and go, oh, look, if you're interested in having a chat, and they go, oh, no, our guys have been looking out after us for years and they're really good. You go, oh, brilliant, yeah, stay where you are. And that should be the answer 65-70% of the time. So 65-70% of the people you speak to, you know, automatically are kind of like, no, it's fine. But you kind of go, well, look, if anything ever changes, give us a shout. And that happens. So you just stay in touch with people, and then, you know, service drops off from their existing guys, or someone retires, or the business gets sold, or something like that. It's a bit of a numbers game, really, just talking to lots of people, but also becoming useful to people as well, connecting people together for their own mutual benefit. So especially in the property construction market, where we've got so many contacts, and because we talk to people all through the construction chain, we've almost got a unique ability to introduce people to each other. So say, for example, you know, we look after developers, but we also look after funds. So we can introduce developers to funds or land agents. We can help them find sites, and we can help them get capital. And you go, well, actually, I know some contractors that you might like to meet, and the contractors are over the moon, and the architects are over the moon. And you go, oh, actually, like, I know this engineer as well. Actually, you might want on your design team. All people that we know, and people that we work with, and people that we like, quite frankly, and we know are good because we've worked with them on projects before. And so you introduce them to each other, and suddenly they're doing this massive scale project together. Towards the end of it, you've got a finished building, but we know this really nice block management company that we can introduce you to. And actually, you're talking to the block manager and you go, oh, I've got a really good like maintenance contractor and landscaper that you might be interested in coming on board. You know, and then so you can facilitate all of these introductions across the chain, because we deal with all of them. Not many people really do that. So people want to work with you, or they want to be part of your little community, because actually we try and hold events like we're doing on Wednesday, where we're introducing all these people to each other. And that's where the business comes from. So suddenly people want to work with you, or they want to be on board, they want to be part of that community that we're trying to create. Prop ski is the big one. So property skiing event in January, that's massive. It's like 600 people. We've really set our mark on that. So they've been doing it for about 9 or 10 years, and I've done 6 of them. So there's other brokers that go to it as well, more now than there was in the first instance. It was just a couple of us when we started. So that's a big event for us. And you get to go skiing as well. So we're very good at this kind of thing. You know, we make sure we work the room and introduce people to each other and really go out there and promote ourselves. We have a real laugh, don't get me wrong, but we kind of work hard with it. The fundamental thing is you have to have the expertise. Otherwise you're just some kind of salesman. I joined B&I when I was quite early on in my career, so I was like 28, 29. So that principle of what they call giver's game was formative in how I operate now. Being part of an organisation like that fairly on in my broking career, certainly. That's basically how we're doing it, and that's how we're going to get to 5 million quid. And obviously people have got to be good fun as well. That's the main thing. They've got to be a good laugh.